Hello everyone and welcome to the very first drum lesson or drum tutorial. Yeah, welcome. Alright, so basically with this I wanted to start from the very beginning before we get into any chops or feels or vocabulary. I want to start with the very basic so we could all get to the same place together. So I've created a little packet that we all could follow along with. That is pretty much the key to everything that we'll be discussing and talking about and going over. That's the foundation. So please go get that or download it right now. Looking on the first page, to the far left, I put in the really big black boxes, what the notes are, and to the right of that, I put the rest, which is of equal value, and to the right of that, I put what it would look like if you were to count it out. Alright, so explaining the whole note, I have that it counts as 4 beats. Now, with the whole note, how do you play that? I look at it as if I'm looking at this dollar. It's only $1. That's it. The whole note is one note. But what makes it interesting is you, as far as drummers, if you were to hit the drum one time, beat one, and then you're silent, pretty much, or you just let the drum ring for beats. Now let's go on to the half note. The half note is basically whole dollar or whole note, and it's in half. You pretty much cut that in half. Now I'm not going to rip the dollar because I need it, but it's only half the value. Drummers, if we were to hit the drum once, we hit it, bang, and we're silent for one extra beat. So now we have the quarter note. I don't think I have a quarter. I don't have a quarter. Sorry. So let's fold it again. Now you have a quarter of a dollar. You just strike. Bam. And there are 4 quarters in $1, which means there are 4 quarter notes in a measure. 2 half notes in a measure. And 1 whole note in a measure. This particular lesson, we're only going to be using these 3 notes, and that's whole, half, and quarter. Now the rest of the notes we'll get into a lot later on, but for now, this is where we're going to start. And if you look below that, I put an example of what music notation looks like on the staff. The drum notation uses just actually 2 strikes. And to the right of that, you have the time signature, which means there are 4 beats. The very top 4, it's 4 beats in a measure. The reason why it's a 4 underneath that is each quarter note receives 1 beat. And the measure is pretty much the containment of which the notes are contained in. And the bar lines are what separates each measure. With our exercises that we'll be doing, we have repeat signs. Now, if you go to page 2, exercise 1, you have look at the very beginning of that exercise, you have these 2 little dots with a really thick black line and then a little small black line. That is called a repeat sign. So basically, once you reach the last measure, the 4th measure, basically repeat right back to the first measure. Repeat every exercise until you're comfortable, until you've pretty much mastered it. That's why I pretty much have repeats on all of my exercises, because it doesn't matter how many times you do it, just as long as you arrive at the point where you've mastered it or even memorized it. On the staff, you have 5 lines and you have 4 spaces. Just counting up from the bottom, So in space 1, you have the kick drum, in which you'll be playing with your right foot. In space 2, you have the floor tom, which you'll be playing with your right hand. The snare drum is on space 3, which you'll be playing with your left hand. And the hi-hat is, well, it's not really a space 5. I wouldn't call it a space 5, but the hi-hat is in the 5th space, and you'll be playing that with your right hand. Okay, so the very first 3 exercises, I've written out the count of each measure, just to give you an idea of how I would like you to fill out the next 8 exercises. I've written on the 3rd page. The following exercises are for you to familiarize yourself with playing and reading music simultaneously. And I've left space between each exercise for you to write out the count of each note, which drum you're hitting, and which limb you are using to do so. Once you've completed that exercise, you check the box to the left, which means you've completed it and you can finally move on to the next one. Alright, so exercises 9 through 16. With these, you only write the count, and you can write it out underneath. Exercises 17, 18, 19, and 20 are for you to write in your own exercises. And I'm interested to see what you all come up with. So if you could write them out, you can send them to my email. I'll be happy to check them, and I'll play some exercises as well, whatever you write out. Now, also a very important thing you need for these exercises is a metronome. Now, if you don't have a metronome, that's okay. I also have a link to my SoundCloud that has a metronome for you to use. I think it's 5 minutes or around 5 minutes. I would suggest that if you're just starting out, that I would use the metronome playing at 60 beats per minute. And I have the tempos from 60 all the way up to 100. Now I'm playing them at 80. Middle. I'm playing them like right smack in the middle. Alright guys, that sums it up. I think I've said everything I needed to say or wanted to say. If you have any suggestions, or if you like what I'm doing, like the video, if you have any questions, comments, or concern, please leave a comment below, or you hit me up on social media or whatever. I'll try to get back to you. And thank you again for your support, and hopefully, we can get this thing up and rolling. All right, I'm out.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.